Hello everyone and welcome to I am MS Excel Expert tutorial series. Today is day 29 where we will be working on do while loop. So basically we will be creating a VBA script where we will be utilizing do while and we'll be looping it a set of range into it. So let's start. So we have a small exercise over here where you can see we have 1 to 7 student names and their marks in mathematics, English and science. We have the total marks 300 over here and we have something yellow over here in column M. So basically if someone has to calculate the percentage, so the basic way of doing it is like creating a sum formula over here to actually calculate the sum and then divide that particular range set of number with the total marks. So we'll receive 58 percentage for Aman, so for student, right? So I want to do the same exercise using the macro. So I'll be utilizing the do while loop here. So let's start. So a couple of things here to notice here is like the first student name is actually starting from row number 4. You can see over here, and the data, I mean in terms of data, like in terms of their marks, which are actually starting from column J till column L, and we want to feed in a formula or the number or the final output in cell starting from cell M4, right? Okay, so the key important or the only important thing as of now is that we have the first name starting from row number 4. So let's start. Here we have do while loop. So I'll just as of now activate or select the active workbook. Before we start, now we have the active workbook selected. So I'll just say row equals to 4, so which is actually our starting point, right? So I want to start from row number 4 where we have our first student name. So the Aman, the student first name is actually from row number 4, right? You can see. Now let's start writing. So do while I want to use where the active workbook dot worksheet, and we are talking about exercise worksheet where the range is actually starting from H and row is this particular number is not empty. So what I have written as of now is I have selected a specific range H, column number H, and row is 4 because this particular row is 4, which is which I have mentioned over here, right? So as of now I'm saying there is a cell called H4. So if this particular H4 is not empty, then only you proceed. For example, why I have mentioned that, for example, if you move to this particular column, now see if this particular column or this particular cell is empty, so we don't want to actually keep on running this particular script. We want macro to stop there, then and there, right? So that's why I have mentioned if this particular 7 is not empty, then calculate the average or whatever the number I want to calculate over here. If this particular, the below cell is actually empty, then stop, right? So as of now I have mentioned the condition for the do while, that perform this below task, the which I am going to write right now, if we have this particular condition satisfied. So if that particular H4 cell is not empty, then only perform the below task, right? Now what I want a formula, something called a percentage formula in column M, right? So I'm going to select that particular cell first so that I can write a formula for that particular cell, right? Now what I am doing right now, so this particular line which I've just written is actually selecting the column or cell M4. So this particular M4 I am right now selecting. So M4, you can see cell number M4, right? How I'm selecting it, I'm going inside the active workbook worksheet, this particular worksheet. Inside that I'm selecting a range, column M and row 4. So this is 4, right? Over here you can see. Now I want to fix it with a the formula. So basically, like, okay, let me write in the Excel. So you remember uh, the percentage formula. So you first calculate the sum of three data set, and then you divide it by the total, right? So 63 as of now is the percentage for this first student, right? So I want to write the same exact formula over here. So I want to start with equal to, I want to calculate the sum first, which start with J, and then row, that is J4. Then I'm selecting till L, right? And then L4, right? Now I want to close the bracket, and then I want to start the divide of the particular cell, right? Now that particular cell is I1, right? Now I have to select that particular cell. Now I know that that particular cell is going to be fixed for all my formulas. So in this case, I can just write that particular cell name. So what I have mentioned here, if you see the sum starting from column J, and then J4 is the cell, and then it is taking the range from J4 to L4, right? Then I'm closing the bracket and then dividing it with the particular cell, that is I1, right? Okay, so something is wrong here. Oh, so I forgot to add the AND button over here, right? Now this particular line which I have just written is actually going to paste the formula. So the formula should be something like that, the one which is actually there right now. So this formula I have just mentioned in this particular line. Now what I want to do next is I want to create a, so once the formula is written, so the formula will calculate the percentage. Now I want to move to the next line. So the next line would be something like that, right? So, and then I want to create a loop. So what is happening here? So if we have some value in column, let's say in cell H4, then we are calculating in column M, row number 4, in that particular cell we are calculating the percentage, and then once the percentage is being calculated, we are moving to the next row and we are creating it as a loop, right? Let's go back to the Excel. So what I really want, or actually expect Excel to do is the moment I click on this particular button, I want Excel to calculate all these numbers, basically the percentage of each student, and then stop it. Let's click on that. Right, so we have the percentage over here, so that means our macro is working fine. So this is the way, guys, we can actually create a do while loop. So if you have any questions, make sure that you write in the comment section. So I'm going to pick that from there and reply to you personally. Thank you so much for your support and love. Thank you.